My name is Colin, and this is my money machine. So I've been milling wood for about 6 years now. I have my home built sawmill, and unfortunately, I'm in a position right now where there's really nobody locally that dries wood for me. My solar kiln works about 3 months out of the year, and I'm at a point right now where I just have wood stacked up everywhere, and I've got to do something about it. So I've got about $2,000 invested in this box right now, and hopefully, I can get it to where it is drying wood maybe a load a month. That's the goal. So that's what we're working towards at least. For those of you who don't know what this is and how it works, it's pretty simple. You stack your lumber up in here, and eventually there will be a tarp that kind of goes across this whole part, forming what's called a plenum. And this fan will circulate air down through the stack, back up, and make a circular motion. And as the air passes behind the stack, it goes by those lamps, it heats up. The fan then forces it back down through the stack, and the airflow and the heat mixed together kind of draw the moisture out of the wood, hence drying it. Eventually, it'll get hot enough in here, it actually sterilizes the wood as well and kills any bugs or whatever could be existing in there. So that's kind of how it works in a nutshell. There's a lot more science, and I can't even begin to get into that right now. So what exactly have I built here? This is a 11-foot wide, 7-foot deep box that is insulated on all 6 sides. And I have a heat source, I have a circulation fan, and I'm going to use it to dry lumber. Now, here's the catch. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. I have a solar kiln that I've used for a few years. This is my first foray into actual managed wood drying. So this is going to be a lot less of how to do it and a lot more of me figuring out how to do it. And if you're watching this and you know what you're doing, please feel free to add any kind of comments that you want. Now, here's a tour of the box. As I said, it's 10 feet wide on the inside and a little over 6 feet deep. I have 3 heating lamps back here and a 1850 CFM circulation fan. And this is going to be the temporary setup until I can afford to buy an actual Nile L53 unit. So what I'm actually going to do now is put a load of wood in here and finish building the plenum, and that way I can kind of show you better how it's going to work. Now that I have everything loaded, I can explain a little bit better about how it's going to work. So in the back, I have my heat lamps on, and I hung some brake rotors there as heat sinks. They're probably not needed, but whatever. We're going to try them out. So the fan here will draw the hot air from the back, will force it down through the stack. All the hot, dry air will dry the wood out, and will just kind of make a circular motion like this And the only thing I don't have here are some kind of boards to kind of block the sides to force the air through the.
Okay, so here's the brains of the operation on the back of the kiln. On the right side, far right, is where power comes in. Next to that is a 120 volt outlet that powers the thermostatic switch. And then next to that is the switch that controls the fan. It's just a simple on and off. And then next to that, on the far left, is the thermostatic switch itself, where the lights plug into.
Well, unfortunately, it got late and it got dark on me, so I'm going to finish this inside. Um, Over the next week or so, I'm going to just kind of keep an eye on the temperatures. I truly have no idea if those three little heat lamps are going to be enough to get the kiln up to the temperature. I have it set for 100 degrees right now. Uh, all of the post oak that I put in there is still pretty green, so we're going to kind of keep it at lower temperatures and just kind of make sure we don't check anything or do any case hardening. And then if all goes to plan, I'll slowly kind of creep the temperature up. I probably need to do some reading and get an idea of wet bulb and dry bulb and relative humidity and all that other stuff. So there's a lot to learn. And if you have any information to share, I will gladly listen to it. Thanks.